The most expensive thing in your music career is not your plugins and it's not your studio. You actually can get it for free and you're probably not really using it. This thing can put your music in front of millions of people tonight. Without a label, without a manager, without anyone's permission. It can just do that. If you're someone that's striving to live from their art, if this music thing is not just a hobby for you, you need to understand something that most artists resist to understand. You are running an entertainment business, and an entertainment business plays on volume. That's what it is. It's a volume game. People need to know that you exist, and a lot of them. And not only so you can have a career, but also for your art to change their lives, because that's kind of what we're doing here, isn't it? You need eyeballs, you need eardrums, you need people to stumble into your world and want to stay there. That's the game. And social media, this thing that you have in your phone, is the single most powerful tool for doing that, and it's free, which is insane. Do you know how much it costs for artists before social media to reach so many people through the labels and distributors, publicists, radio pluggers, billboard campaigns? There's gatekeepers every step of the way. And now, right now, you're holding a thing, or it's right there next to you, that can do all of that for free, permissionless, tonight. If you're an independent artist and you're not using it, that's not integrity. That's the most expensive decision you ever made as an artist. Ignoring it doesn't make you more of an artist. It just makes it harder to find you. And your music deserves to be found. As I'm saying it to you, I'm also saying it to myself. This is the majority of my life. I thought exactly like that. I hated social media. I have a career that I'm genuinely proud of. I've been producing and touring internationally for a bit more than a decade now. I freaking love it, but it's not fully sustainable. It's almost never been, even with how hippie I was when I lived it. Now with kids, family, and being in a different place in life, I looked for sustainability and I could not find it. I made a challenge with myself to post on social media for 90 days. And long story short, it completely changed my life. And now you're watching a YouTube video of me talking to the camera, and I live fully from my music, still producing, still playing shows, educating, and mentoring musicians and artists full time, working from home, just like I always dreamed of. And it's all thanks to the free thing that I hated so much. It changed my life, and I really wanted to change yours as well. I'm on a mission to help artists live from their art. And as I grow into doing this, I understood something that I actually never thought of before. And it unlocked this whole social media thing for me and for artists that I work with, so they can actually get this thing going. Now, here's the thing. Most artists don't avoid social media just because they're lazy. They avoid it because every time they open the app to post something, it just feels fake. And honestly, it is. It is fake, but not for the reason you think. Here's what's actually happening. You open Instagram or whatever it is that you use for social media, and you look for references to see what other people are doing. So you would learn. Good on you. And if you go and look for the artists that you look up to, you'll probably see the following. That post crazy drops that they played in festivals the last weekend. Every once in a while, a cover art of an album, the remix they just released, a club they just played, big moments, just authority shots, and the full shabam. So you try to do the same. That's the only template that you have. But the problem is that you probably have 4 gigs a year and you manage to release 1 EP and 2 singles throughout the year. First of all, good on you. Secondly, that's probably like 10 posts a year worth of content, maybe 20 if you know how to squeeze it. And beyond the volume problem, there's actually something deeper. Every time you're posting like this, you're actually putting a mask on. You're performing this rockstar version of yourself. The established, I've arrived to this moment, look at me version that might not actually be who you are right now in your life. You're probably not really there. And you know you're not there, which is the number one reason why social media feels a bit icky every single time. You're telling everyone, look at me, this is who I am, you should follow me in my greatness, but it's not quite who you are, not yet. And you and your nervous system knows the difference. What happens when you post in that way is that you get a lot of authority within your space, which is great. Keep doing those. But you want more than authority. You want to harvest connection. You want to build a community surrounding your brand on social media. You want people to care about your music, about you, about your journey, and you can't really get those from treating social media like a notice board. You can't just keep announcing the thing that you're doing and hoping that people would want to stay. If you released 1 EP in a year, that's not enough for people to join you on the journey. Yes, unless that EP was absolutely mind-blowing, some people would stay, but considering that you don't have full control over the outcome of your art and how people will perceive it, you want to try and engage more with the people that come to interact with you as an artist. The cringe thing here is not social media, it's the costume that you're putting on. Because here's the thing about being an artist. The whole thing, the whole shtick, your entire reason of existing in this space is to self-explore and self-express. That's it. That's the job. That's what you long to do. You're trying to bring your vision to life. So why is it when you use social media to communicate your brand to the world, you put a mask on? Why do you suddenly shift that self-exploration and self-expression to self-promotion? You go from sharing with the world to performing for approval. Naval Ravikant says you escape competition through authenticity. Think about what that means for a minute. There's thousands of producers out there, hundreds of them making the same genres as you, trying to play the same clubs, the same shows, hitting the same crowd. The only thing in all of that separates you is that you are you. Your obsession, your weird influences, your inspirations, your aspirations, the unique way that you organize sound in space and time. The moment you put the mask on for social media, you're just another producer. And there's a lot of those. People follow people. They don't follow notice boards. They don't follow announcement accounts. They follow people. Independent artists that are building real audiences and engaged communities are not doing better announcing posts. They're doing it by being human consistently over time. So here's what you're going to do. Two things starting right now. The first shift is simple. You start now. Not when you have more followers, not when you have a better setup. Now, because the point right now is not the quality of your content. It's about making it an habitual part of your life. For you to show up in social media where there's millions of people a post away from your brand. You need to understand that you communicating your brand to the world is a must. And if you want a bit of help with it, go right now to the description. There's free resource with 60 post ideas specifically for music producers. You wouldn't vibe with all of them. Maybe some of them are cringe. Some of them would be the perfect thing for you. It doesn't matter. Go grab something, take a selfie in your studio and post a thing. Try to do it for the next 30 days, for the next 60 days, whatever you feel up for the challenge. For me, for example, I did a challenge for 90 days. I think before the 30th, I knew that something was changing. I felt a shift and the rest is history. So go and grab them and start posting tonight. And the second shift is to remove the mask completely. Stop posting outcomes and start posting the process. You need to understand that your art has value before the mastered version of it. Sometimes you don't need the packaging. You don't need for it to be releasable for people to hear what you're working on. Again, you have an interesting life. Share it. The behind the scenes is interesting. The process is interesting. How you go about your day is interesting. Things that inspire you, quotes you heard, books you've read. There's so many things that you can share to amplify who it is that you are for the people that can follow you that would actually align with the music that you're putting out in the world. There's a lot of strategies and tactics of how to actually think about social media and put your content in a way that will gain more followers and more listeners. For now, I really think it wouldn't really matter. Go, be a person, be human, and don't use social media as a notice board. Now, I'm not here to tell you that social media is perfect. I get the resistance and I understand most of the opinions. But if you want this thing to work, if you want your music to change more and more lives, for people to interact with this vision that you have in your head, there's nothing more powerful than this tool that's for free that you already have. So use it. And when you use it, be authentic till you make it. Don't fake it till you make it. So the artist that in you can actually relate to something that's going to be a big part of your artistic life. Good luck, and I see you in the next one.